Hello folks, very warm welcome to another video. I hope this episode finds you safe and well and enjoying your simming. That's the third time I've said that today. Only the first time you'll hear it if this video actually gets published. Haven't been having a lot of luck. I don't mind Jude here wandering, looking pissed off. She's just annoyed that I'm not taking her with me today. Because just quietly, the front seat's taken. The flight deck is a little full, and Jude doesn't know how to deal with that other than to walk through walls and demonstrate her impressive supernatural capabilities. Doesn't she look angry? Hey, Jude, has anyone ever told you that you're beautiful when you're angry? Should I better be careful here, I've got the door open. Oh no, she's going over to the Robinson. Is she? And check that bloke out. What's this bloke doing? Touching up the R44, giving it a bit of a... Look at this. Bit of a grope. The old R44. We're inside a hangar today, folks. That's something different. For me, at least. This is a great freeware airport. For the sim. I'll talk about where we are in a minute. There'll be a link to it in the description. We've got a great freeware airport at our destination as well. That's just hit the TO. But really, the subject of today's flight is the aircraft on your screen. This is intended to be a Hangar Queens episode featuring the Optica. Now, those of you that are new to the channel, Hangar Queens episodes are, well, an opportunity for me to fly an aircraft that I haven't flown for a while. And in this case, we are literally starting from inside a hangar. Hey? It's almost as if he planned that. Actually, he didn't. Originally intended... Well, the previous attempt at making this video had us in a very different part of the country. And then I tried to make a video with a different aircraft with a whole different flavour to it. That didn't work. And this is attempt number 3. We're back in the Optica. And yeah, look at Jude. I could get easily distracted here, just following her around the hangar. That wouldn't make for a great video, would it? But then again, some people may prefer that compared to what I normally publish, the rubbish. But yeah, this is an opportunity for me to fly an aircraft I haven't flown in a while. The Optica's been updated recently-ish. I thought it was a good opportunity. It's an interesting aircraft, unique aircraft, kind of a hybrid helicopter aeroplane kind of thing. Visibility of a helicopter goes all right in the sort of the slow flight regime. Doesn't go fast, doesn't go far. Carries 3 packs, well, 3 people, pilot and 2 packs. And if you're fortunate, you can get a couple of animals in there, and the developers, being Got Friends, have added a dog and a cat, which can be switched off. I can't remember their names. We'll find out somewhere en route, though. Anyway, yeah, Hangar Queens episode. Shall I share with you where we are and where we're going? Let's do that next. Alright, so we're in Australia, folks. We begin our journey in a place called Aldinga, which is down there in South Australia. Here's help to orientate yourself, south of Adelaide there. Is Aldinga considered a suburb of Adelaide? It's kind of... I think it is. A popular little spot. Great active little GA scene down there in Aldinga, or Dingy, as it's referred to by the locals, I believe. Any locals, feel free to correct me, but don't often get down here in the sim. I very rarely get to this part of the world in real life. Long time since I've been in Adelaide. But yeah, great freeware airport. There'll be a link to it in the description. I think it's the AU Scene. I think that's the developer name. Yeah, but well worth picking up. And we're going to fly to a place called Kangaroo Island, which is down here, specifically Kingscote Airport. And a rendition, a fantastic looking freeware rendition of that has just made its way onto the .to. And there'll be a link to that in the description as well. Support our freeware development community. That guy has invested 2 years of his life in developing this scenery, and he's done a fantastic job. So I won't do it justice in this video, but check it out. Check out the link in the description, and pay it a visit, and give him a like and all that sort of stuff there on the .to. Shortish flight. What do we got? 56 odd nautical miles. We're going to go down via Cape Jervis, which is Hangar. And yeah, won't take us long, sort of 30 minutes or so at a guess. That's the plan, folks. Hopefully this video actually makes it to the channel. Might talk a little bit about the issues that I've had for what it's worth. I've got to talk about something when you're making these videos, don't you? But anyway, let's get started on our way out of Aldinga. Alright, don't mind me, folks, just standing on top of the hangar here, just trying to orientate myself here. It's been a while since I've been to this airport. Beautifully represented. I think it's AU Scene, the developers of this one, and they've done a fantastic job. Quite a big install. I think it's more than a gig worth of scenery, but freeware, you can get it from their website. Great job, hey? Lots of hangars, lots of custom objects. Nice tiger moths down here. We've got some, it looks like some vineyards next to the field, some hay bales there in the paddock, the hills. It's impressive, hey? Now the windsock over there looks pretty limp, but looks to be favouring a departure off whatever that runway is, which I think is a tarmac strip, and then you've got the dirt strip here, which is pretty dry in this part of the world, eh? Aldinga. Okay, so anyway, we'll kind of head out this way, backtrack there, and then take off to whatever direction. The windsock over here seems to be blowing a little stronger. Or are they the same? Am I just imagining that? I don't know. Back inside the aircraft. We've got some power happening. So, earlier today, I tried to do this video in a different part of the country. Only to realise at the conclusion of that video that I hadn't recorded my voice. It had recorded the visuals, but had not recorded the audio, for reasons unknown. Then I tried to do another video in a totally different aircraft, different sort of flavour to that video, and ended up rage quitting that particular video after having major performance issues in the sim again. Really frustrated and just got sick of it and said, screw this, I'm done. But I'm nothing if not persistent, and I'm back to try and get a video produced today. So if you're now hearing these words on the channel, I've succeeded. Third time lucky for the old fella. Anyway, we've got some power of the aircraft. That's the panel here of the Optica. It's a kind of hybrid aeroplane helicopter thing. I kind of consider it to be almost like a gateway drug to the helicopters. If you want to move towards the helis, but you're not quite ready to give up the fixed wing, this aircraft is for you, right? I'm going to jump back inside the hangar, the magic of television. You know, it's got a helicopter visibility, but the fixed wing thing, gateway drug. Now, we're going to have issues getting out of here, aren't we? We're going to have to basically chop through the back of the ute. That's all right. It's simulator. We'll make shit up. Suspend the disbelief is what we're going to do. Now, what do we need to worry about here? We need to get some fuel on, right? So fuel's off. So we might go to both. Flaps are here, trim's there, it's set for takeoff. No flaps. Now we'll get some mixture happening, which is down here. We'll get a little bit of throttle. Just move we got some throttle happening. Idle's back there. Oh, okay, that's interesting, that placement. We've got the V-speeds down here. So 55 knots on the old rotate. Pretty simple panel, sort of standard 6. Got some digital stuff here. This is the new or updated working title GNS 530 thing that comes with the sim. We've got a flight plan in there. Transponder. We're going to go down at 1500. This aircraft suits, low and slow sort of flying. What else do we need to worry about? Probably not too bloody much, right? I don't think so. I think we're pretty much right to go. Should we give this thing a start? Let's try and start this. So, how do we start it? Is it a press button? Do we need to do anything? Maybe it's this one. That one even. You wouldn't know I flew it this morning. Completely forgotten. And my actual real life dog is giving some sound effects. The whimpering sound effects. What we should have done is probably close these doors. Right. Animated doors. Who knew it could be done? Still waiting for that in a lot of the stock aircraft. You'd think that'd be pretty easy to do. You see that pop up as a request sometimes, don't you? Alright. We get a taxi light happening and we'll get a navy happening. Don't worry about pedo or anything like that. Panel lights are here. Do we need them? Probably not. Get them off, thanks. Local barrow, we'll set that. Everything else is good to go. Parking brake, which is down here. I've hit a thing. There we go. And we're good to go. Animals, you good? Old mate, what's your name? Your name's up here. What is it? Kilo Maddo. I think Maddo's the cat. Am I right? You can kind of switch them on and off. Let me show you that. No, let me show you that another way. There we go. So that's if you just want Kilo sort of sitting up, wagging the tail. That's very cool. And then this one over here is to get Kilo lying down. And then this one over here is to get Maddo by himself. But doesn't Maddo come alive? No, Maddo disappears there. Isn't this riveting footage? There's Maddo alive. There he is. Ooh, big night, mate. Look at that. That's bloody freaky. I think I prefer you half dead, pal. Kilo, where's the other one? Can I get both here? There we go. That's the one I want. Nice and calm. Shall we do it? Let's do it. Taxi out onto whatever runway this is going to be. I'll take a view there. Just suspend your disbelief, folks. Don't worry about it. There's no truck there. What truck? We'll head out this way past the Tigra moth. If you hail from this part of the world, or if you've ever flown out of Aldinga, give us a shout in the comments. I've well, many years ago now, considered actually making a journey to this part of the world and actually doing an endorsement there at Adelaide Biplanes, that particular organisation right there. Not necessarily in a biplane, but in one of their aeroplanes anyway. Get that view sorted out. Okay, so we're taxiing, we're heading out in this direction. My real life dog is doing a fantastic job of providing the whimpering effects. Not sure what's wrong. Old mate. You should be pretty comfortable. You look pretty comfortable to me. Pretty easy life you have, mate. If anyone should be whimpering, it's me. The old fella. Everything hurts, including my head. Flying this bloody simulator. And dealing with stuff not working. There's just some days you just shouldn't bother, hey? There we go. We'll taxi down to whatever this is. Looks like sort of runway 3 in this direction. So, what, runway 21 in the other direction when I went to school? Something like that. Nice long strip. We'll go one stage of flap just because we can. We know we've got trim set. We'll put strobies and landing lights on. What do you reckon? Why don't the landing lights come on? Oh, that's because I've got them down here. Righto. Taxi, there we go. We're good. Runway 21. Aldinga. I am reliably informed that it's Aldinga and not Aldinga. And dinghy, if you're a local. I'm not a local, so I probably shouldn't be calling it dinghy. I don't have enough cred to call it dinghy. Here we go. We'll turn around, slow down, brake a little bit while you do that, fella. A little bit of juice to get us back around. Chuck a Yui. Jeez, it's got pretty good ability to get around quickly, doesn't it? Alright, so visibility is fantastic. It's a little bit of a weird perspective compared to the aeroplanes I've been flying of late, but anyway, we'll just align the heading bug. 2-1, there we go. We've got local barrow set. We're trim set, right? Well, a bit hard to see. I think it's set. Fuel's on both. We've got a stage of flap in. 1500 feet styled into the autopilot. Now squawking VFR and reporting altitude. And our range, so we've got a right turn after departure down to the Cape. We just zoom out and then, yeah, across to Kangaroo Island. I think we're pretty much right to go. Without further ado, let's do it. Full juice, let's go. Here we go, runway 21, Aldinga. Looking for 55 knots on the rotate. A little bit of left boot. There's 55, let's rotate. She gets airborne smartly. No gear to worry about here, away we go. Weird ass perspective. We'll retrim, get ourselves climbing. I only want to get to 1500 feet. Basically tracking the shoreline here. We'll get our flap up nice and early. Retrim, and basically head in that direction. Sort of a heading of about 220 or something like that. Direct track to the Cape is 2217, yeah, so 220. Anyway, folks, up through 500 feet, safely away from Aldinga. I'll see you in the cruise. Alright, settled in the cruise at 1500. What a view, hey? The town slash suburb of Aldinga, South Australia. Beautiful day here. I reckon this photo scenery is part of the package. It looks really good. Like, it looks better than the stock sim stuff. I could be mistaken though. I often am. What a beautiful day though, eh? Head over to Kangaroo Island. I'm guessing that this is a pretty common nav out of Aldinga or out of anywhere, any of the fields around Adelaide. Head across to Kangaroo Island for the day. Yeah, we're YOLOing it today, folks. YOLOing the shit out of things. Life's too short not to, well, life's too short. It's a bit of a cliche. You do only live once, or do you? He ponders. Probably not the right time to ponder during a flight simulation video. It could get a bit deep. I don't know, do you only live once? I'd invite you to share your thoughts in the comments, but I'm not sure we want to have that sort of deep philosophical discussion in the flight simulation channel, do we? Although I do rabbit on with some shit, so maybe you do, I don't know. The older I get, the less certain I am about just about everything in life. If you do only live once, and you sort of follow this philosophy, it kind of encourages you to make the most of things, doesn't it? Make the most of your opportunities. Enjoy life as much as you can. And I think that definitely applies, whether you believe in, past lives or whatever your religious or spiritual beliefs are. When it comes to your simming, YOLO is not a bad way to do it. Enjoy yourself, whatever you're doing. If you're not enjoying yourself, stop doing it. It's not a job. It shouldn't be a burden. You shouldn't suffer for your simming. I'm hearing there's been a bit of drama, a bit of flight sim drama of late, a bit of FSD, as the cool kids call it, around that Embraer. Briefly mentioned that in the previous video, and holy shit. Yeah, hasn't the community had plenty to say about that on the tube and in forums and whatever. Since been released, that aircraft, I'm sure a whole bunch of people are enjoying it for what it is. Nothing wrong with that. If you're not into the early access thing, if you're deeply principled about it, then avoid it. But yeah, come back to the point. Just enjoy yourself, whatever you're doing. No point doing it otherwise. YOLOing. There we are, folks. Anyway, 1500 feet. We're cruising along the coast here towards Kangaroo Island, which is somewhere out here, isn't it? Can't quite see it. The Cape's down here, I know that bit. But yeah, interesting part of the world. A bit different from where we were in a previous video. The first time around, we're actually in far north Queensland. Very green and blue. Now we're a bit dry down down this part of the country. It is a big country. Anyway, folks, I won't bore you with any more of my semi-philosophical musings. I will see you for an approach into Kangaroo Island. Before we do the approach, it's a nice spot for a golf course, isn't it? There we go. We've got a marina of some sort here. I don't know what this place is called. Nice spot for a golf course, though. There's a marina. The Cape's up here. This is where these aircraft shine, you know, really, and this sim shines as well. When you've got an aircraft that provides this visibility and you've got the terrain so well represented, just a joyous experience. It takes you back to those of us that have had the good fortune of flying GA. It takes you back to those times when you're just looking out the window. Once you've mastered the art of flying, or at least to an extent where you weren't going to harm yourself or anyone else, well, there was a low risk of it anyway, then you could spend some time looking out the window and just enjoying yourself, you know, seeing the world from a different perspective. It's one of the most enjoyable parts of flying for the old fella anyway. And people get different things out of flying. People, yeah, it has different meanings and purpose. Some guys really like the challenge of IFR flying and procedural stuff, and then there's a whole bunch of other people, and I probably count myself in this group, who just love the scenic stuff. You know, the VFR stuff. Going nowhere in particular, just for the absolute pleasure of being able to fly and sharing that with other people or animals, as the case may be. Anyway, we're just about to hit the Cape. We've got some we've got a wind farm up here by the looks of it. There we go. I'm guessing that's reflective of real life. Probably would get a bit blowy down this part of the world. I think we're going to clear them. They're not exactly rotating too quickly today, but they are rotating. Don't know what the wind's doing down here. Bit hard to judge. What's the wind doing? Is it strong? Doesn't seem to be too strong. Fairly light breeze. We might check what the weather's doing on the island. It'll help us to pick a runway, or we could just approach, suck it and see, and touch down on whatever runway's closest. I think that's what we'll be doing. Anyway, I'll see you for the approach, folks. Alright, so something's a little weird here. The scenery that I've installed here for Kangaroo Island is there, which is appearing quite weird, isn't it? Take a shot. There's a runway down there. We'll land. We'll probably land towards the south by the looks of it. But yeah, something seems a little awry here. I don't know enough about scenery creation to explain that. I literally just installed it, looked impressive in the photos and stuff on the .to, with the inside of the terminal model and everything like that. But yes, that's not ideal, is it? It's got like a bit of frost covering the airport boundaries. What we'll do is just we've flown through the extended center line here deliberately. We'll get ourselves slowed. We'll get ourselves slowed down. Getting a little bit jittery here. Not a particularly good approach. Runway 1, is it 18 or 19? Whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's not a particularly good approach. We've got to get ourselves slowed down. Fighting it a little bit here. We're coming in hot. 1.9 by the looks of it. Kangaroo Island. Yeah, definitely hot. Back to idle. We're not going to get into the wide arc here. We're going to be in a little bit of trouble. We're not going to get all the flaps out. Anyway, let's see if we can land it. Jesus, that's disconcerting, that yaw movement. Can we get it on? I'm making myself sick. I think we're on. Bloody Nora. Oh, onto the brakes. Can we keep it on the strip? Okay, so ruined what was a really enjoyable flight with a piss poor approach and a terrible touchdown. Way too quick there on the approach. Here we go. Don't know what's going on, as I said, with the airport, with the terrain here. It's a very different colour than the surrounds. We'll taxi back towards the terminal, although that looks like a long taxi. It's over there. Yeah, too long for this video, folks. There'll be a link to this scenery in the description. There's something that looks a little awry there. That may be an issue on my rig. I don't know. There may be a library, there may be a setting, something that I need that I don't have. I don't know. Anyway, it's been a Hangar Queens episode looking at the Optica from Got Friends. Short flight from Alding across here to Kangaroo Island. Thanks for your company in another video, folks. I hope that wherever you are, you're safe and well, enjoying your simming, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.